Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
I want them to fight. I really like both of those guys. Yeah. A lot.
Mayweather is very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather.
Terrence Crawford responded to Floyd Mayweather's challenge, confidently stating that if they ever faced each other, he would come out victorious. Crawford believes his combination of skills, power, and adaptability would give him the advantage in a potential fight.
Hold up. Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather has openly declared that he does not wish to fight Terrence Crawford. Or Errol Spence Jr. in an interview, he explained that he simply doesn't like these two fighters. This comment raised many questions within the boxing world, with fans speculating on his true reasons. Some believe Mayweather avoids challenges that won't contribute to his legacy or financial gain, while others argue that he's already proven himself in the sport and doesn't need to fight younger competitors.
In the fight, I really like both of those guys. Yeah. A lot. Like, I had a chance to hang around Earl. Had a chance to hang around Terrence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on,
Nobody. The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Many analysts argue that Mayweather's resume is far more impressive than Terrence Crawford's. Mayweather has fought some of the biggest names in boxing, while Crawford's list of opponents doesn't carry the same level of global recognition. While Crawford has dominated multiple weight classes, critics believe he hasn't faced the same caliber of opponents that Mayweather has.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion, shared his thoughts on Floyd Mayweather's dominance during his era. He described Mayweather as a fighter who was cautious about losing, but still took on top-tier opponents. Mosley emphasized that Mayweather was selective in his fights, yet consistently won against the best, which solidified his status as one of the greatest boxers, while acknowledging Mayweather's skills, defense, and fight IQ. Mosley also mentioned that Crawford's style would have posed a challenge for Mayweather, sparking renewed discussions on how Crawford would fare against a prime Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, though, is a legendary athlete. What makes a legendary athlete is the one who wants to compete. He's notorious for dodging fights when they should happen.
Floyd is so afraid to lose. He grew up in a different era. In the era that I grew up in, it was who was the best, and I will fight anybody, doesn't matter who's in my way.
Right.
Floyd's era, what he created was, we're not gonna lose. So if you lose, then everything's messed up. So he wanted to win so bad until he would wait till the guys would be at the right time or weight or age or whatever, past their prime. He waited for the right time to go in there and do what he had to do. But he's a winner. He wants to win. So whatever it takes, not just in the ring, but outside the ring, he's gonna win. He wanted to have the only person to have the O and leave out like that, with just having no loss.
That's killing boxing.
Crawford has made claims about Floyd Mayweather allegedly using intravenous fluids before his fight with Manny Pacquiao, arguing that the practice was not legally allowed. This raised controversy surrounding Mayweather's legacy. Some analysts argue that fluids could be used to mask substances or help with dehydration recovery. Mayweather's team denied any wrongdoing, stating the fluids were medically approved. But Crawford's comments reignited debates over whether Mayweather had unfair advantages in some of his fights.
You guys can use IVs to rehydrate?
We can't use IVs either.
No? When did they change that?
I ain't never. They changed anything. I think that was legal because you didn't know when Floyd fought Pacquiao, that was a thing. That he was using IVs or something like that. But yeah, you can't use that stuff.
You can use the IV to mask performance-enhancing drugs. That's why they outlawed it.
Yeah.
Crawford has shown his versatility by moving up in weight classes, and he has expressed interest in facing Canelo Alvarez, a challenge that Mayweather never pursued. While Mayweather defeated Canelo when he was younger and still developing, he never took on Gennady Golovkin, a feared middleweight. Crawford's willingness to face larger opponents reflects his ambition and desire to cement his legacy.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing, except for Floyd fought a few times at 154. I'm not faulting Floyd for not fighting Triple G. I totally get it. I'm just saying that upper echelon, the reason why I will always have Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd is the crazy, the insane part of it. What Terrence Crawford is talking about doing, he ain't saying let me meet Canelo at a catchweight. Canelo's undisputed there. Let me go get him.
You know, you guys was crazy about Triple G talking. While Triple G was such, you know, an unbelievable fighter. He's okay. I mean, straight up and down, no special effects. I mean, even at the age of 40, but I'm not looking forward to fighting Triple G, but that'd be easy.
Floyd has mentioned that if he were ever to fight you, he felt that it would be an easy fight because he feels you're kind of a rustic fighter. What's your reaction to that?
He's talked too much.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez has cautioned Crawford about moving up in weight. To challenge Canelo Alvarez, Marquez emphasized the importance of weight classes, suggesting that a natural lightweight shouldn't take on a super middleweight. Canelo is known for his power and ability to break down bigger fighters, and Marquez believes the size difference would be too much for Crawford to overcome. However, Crawford has dismissed these concerns, believing his speed and technique would be enough to overcome Canelo's power.
I don't like the fight because Terrence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what's I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terrence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terrence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terrence Crawford. But Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
Devin Haney shared his thoughts on how Crawford might have fared against Mayweather's past opponents. Haney pointed out that Crawford was once overshadowed by Mayweather, but suggested that if Crawford had fought the same opponents, the results could have been different. Some believe Crawford could have beaten some of Mayweather's past opponents, while others disagree.
And he's hanging on to the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, so hard, he choked out Terrence Crawford. He's still talking about he in boxing. Terrence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terrence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terrence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking a question first. Do we got Terrence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
No dropping it. Does Terrence beat Floyd?
Huh? Well, that's what I was going to ask you after. Shit. You dig? I mean, it's an era where Terrence was in the shadows of Floyd. And when Devin came along, there was no shadow that was big enough.
Some boxing experts believe that if Crawford and Mayweather fought at 147 pounds, Crawford could win. They argue that Crawford's adaptability, power, and ability to switch stances would present a challenge for Mayweather. On the other hand, others point to Mayweather's unmatched defensive skills and ring IQ as the deciding factors. in a potential fight.
Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, or Shakur and Terrence Crawford. I thought Tank could beat Shakur, and then the Lamont Roach fight happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm going back with Tank Core. Tank don't got enough. He doesn't have enough to offer. A fighter who gets hit the least versus a fighter who throws the least. This will probably be a very embarrassing night for Gervonta. He got outworked on the inside, where I think Shakur Stevenson is amazing defensively and offensively. He's just a better inside fighter, especially when inside the clinch. Like I said, I had Gervonta winning this one. Then the Roach fight showed me like he can't win 12-round fights. So I'm going to go Shakur. Now, Bud versus Floyd, a lot of people going to dismiss this because they just love Floyd Mayweather to death. But this is a really good bout. And I think it's quite simple. Anything past 36 years old, I'm going to go Terrence Crawford. Assuming this fight is at welterweight. 147, that is. But anything under 147 and anything under the age of 36, I would have to go with Floyd. So 135, yeah, I think Floyd going to beat Bud pretty bad. And 140, yeah, Floyd going to beat him pretty bad. But 147... both at 36, Bud that fought Spence, I'm going to go Crawford. You guys let me know who y'all picking these two fights.
Many consider Crawford to be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. However, he is frequently compared to Mayweather, and some believe Crawford has not yet reached Mayweather's level. Mayweather retired with an undefeated record, while Crawford still has more fights ahead of him. Crawford has the opportunity to continue building his legacy and potentially surpass Mayweather's achievements.
So I saw this on Instagram and I absolutely have to post this. This is crazy. So this guy says, not a hot take, Terrence Crawford beats any version of Floyd Mayweather. Now, Terrence Crawford is absolutely the best boxer in the world right now, and he's an all-time fighter. He's a legend. He's all of that, but he is not Floyd Mayweather. I don't know how you could say this is not a hot take. This is one of the hottest takes you could put out on the internet. And people have been saying this stuff about Floyd Mayweather for 20 years, and it's never happened. He's never lost. Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive boxer of all time, and I don't think he would allow Terrence Crawford to get things going, and I think Floyd Mayweather would piece him up. Now, this is not to discredit Terrence Crawford because he and every other fighter of all time is not on the level of Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you guys think.
Despite their rivalry, Floyd Mayweather has praised Terrence Crawford, recently acknowledging him as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world today. This recognition from Mayweather holds significant weight, given his own legendary status in the sport, showing that even Mayweather respects Crawford's skills and accomplishments.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terrence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't.
Yes. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terrence's wife. What, like in your mind, where? Because obviously, like you've been in this sport.
I think Terrence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen. And there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion.
Shane Mosley boldly stated that Floyd Mayweather would lose to Terrence Crawford, believing that Crawford's power and relentless pressure would be too much for Mayweather to handle.
Type of thing. Because he's used to people coming at him, trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo. When Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford is hard. Crawford's very strong like I am. He has all the same long arms. Like I said, southpaw right-handed. And he's coming to get you. He don't care about the Philly defense style, whatever style he don't care about that. He's trying to get you. And he's going to make sure the combination is going to be hit. So you have to either hurt Crawford and get some respect or something.
Mosley added that Crawford's ability to adapt during fights makes him a dangerous opponent. This statement sparked debates among boxing fans and analysts. Meanwhile, Sean Porter has raised concerns about Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez, warning that Canelo's punching power is a major threat to Crawford. He believes stepping up to face such a powerful opponent could be risky for Crawford.
Say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Amir Khan has also shared his thoughts on the potential Crawford versus Canelo match. While acknowledging Crawford's exceptional skills, Khan questioned why Crawford would take such a risky fight. He suggested that Crawford should focus on dominating his current weight class instead.
Fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you could see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
If Floyd Mayweather were to fight Terence Crawford now, it would be an intriguing matchup. Despite his age, Mayweather remains in great shape and regularly trains in the gym. Though his speed and reflexes have naturally declined with time, Crawford, in his prime, has the edge in physical ability. But Mayweather's experience could play a significant role. This fight would undoubtedly attract massive attention from boxing fans around the world.
A lot of times I'm working in the gym, my hands be so fast, so I work with different size gloves, but most of the time when you see me on the bag, I make it look so light, I make it look so sweet. They be 16s. So that's what they be. So it shit come fast, you know. Shit come fast. Shit come fast. It make no much.